Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and here to recap what I thought was the best game of the top 10 matchups for this weekend. Number 10 Miami beats number 6 Notre Dame, 27-24 reaction. Notre Dame made a comeback there in the fourth quarter. Kind of really struggled, I thought, offensively most of this ball game. But they woke up in the fourth quarter. I mean, outscored Miami 17-6. I thought the offense had finally started to get going. C.J. Carr throwing the football. Really thought they started to get going there. But the defense really struggled tonight as a whole. I thought Miami played good defensively for the first three quarters. They kind of fell apart there in the fourth quarter. But I thought they looked better defense. But yeah, Notre Dame's defense didn't look as good as I thought it would. Miami's, on the other hand, like I said, looked pretty good through the first three quarters. But fourth quarter, Notre Dame just drove up and down the field. But Miami got the clutch field goal to get the win there. And their defense came out clutch in that last drive when they needed it. So I was kind of impressed with Miami's defense. Impressed with Carson Beck. Thought he played a good game. They ran the football pretty effectively with Mark Fletcher and Charmar Brown. But Carson Beck looked pretty good. I thought C.J. Carr, he was alright for his first start. But he was impressive in the fourth quarter. But that last drive was just... ugh. That offensive line, woo, buddy. That Miami defensive front blew up Notre Dame's number one ranked offensive line twice to seal the game, and time expired before Notre Dame could snap the football. And the Irish suffered late game clock management issues. Not Miami's coach Mario Cristobal, but a huge win for Miami. Hurricanes stacked at receiver in the trenches, and their defense came up huge with a couple of sacks there at the end. I felt like Miami was doing what Notre Dame is supposed to do to their opponents. And Miami actually beats a top 10 team. Very impressive tonight. But yeah, this was a very fun game. Probably the best game out of the top 10 games. Kind of high scoring, but also just very good game between these two. Miami scored 14 points in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, and 6 in the fourth quarter. They scored 2 field goals. Notre Dame had 7 in the second quarter and 17 in the fourth quarter to make this a very good game. But Miami gets the dub here in week 1. They improved to 1-0. Notre Dame drops to 0-1 in this 27-24 back-and-forth thriller. But C.J. Carr was 19 of 30, 221. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception by C.J. Carr. He also had a rushing touchdown. 3 total touchdowns for C.J. Carr in his first start. See, I thought C.J. Carr played good out there tonight. It was a bit rough at times, but I thought he played good in the fourth quarter. They didn't run the ball that much. Darian Price, 6 runs, 45 yards, 7.5 a carry. Jeremiah Love, 10 runs, 33 yards, 3.3 yards per carry. Jeremiah Love getting 10 carries in this ball game. Where was Jeremiah Love tonight? 10 carries, only 10 in this game. It seemed like Notre Dame was more interested in showcasing their young, talented quarterback C.J. Carr, which I get it. But they got 2 pretty damn good running backs. Jeremiah Love had 5 touches through almost 3 quarters. Jarian Price, 6 carries, 45 yards. Didn't get a single touch in the fourth quarter. He was averaging 7 yards per carry. Didn't get a single touch in the second half. And they still took it down to the wire. I just wasn't a fan of the game plan. Like, I thought C.J. Carr looked better in the fourth quarter. But you have 2 damn good talented running backs. They didn't use that rushing attack at all. Jeremiah Love's supposed to be probably one of the best running backs. He gave him 10 damn carries. 4 catches, 26 yards, so technically 14 touches, but that's not enough for Jeremiah Love. So I didn't love the game plan, even though C.J. Carr looked better in the second half. not enough running from Notre Dame tonight. Receiving, Rary Dawn, 5 catches, 97 yards. Fields, 3 catches, 48 yards. Fajon, 5 catches, 33 yards. We already went over Jeremiah Love. And Gilbert, 2 catches, 17 yards, and a touchdown. So now let's go to Miami. But yeah, let's talk about Miami here. We're going to go over talk about Carson Beck's performance here tonight. He goes 20 of 30, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Great game from Carson Beck. Made some great throws tonight, and I'll give him some credit. Prove me wrong. Looked like a damn good quarterback out there tonight. And, Miami impressed me tonight for the first time in a bit. Well, I mean, they impressed me with Cam Ward last year, but most physical and complete Miami team I've seen in a while. Carson Beck looks like a QB who's been the biggest moments in college football, has failed, learned, has grown. A completely different person. So we'll see. I mean, I was impressed with Carson Beck tonight. Heard the noise this offseason from me and other people, and he looked good out there tonight. They stepped up in a big game when they needed him most. And really torched the defense. The Miami running game was also good with Mark Fletcher Jr., 15 carries, 66 yards, 4.4 yards per carry for Mark Fletcher Jr. Charmar Brown, 15 runs, 54 yards, 3.6 a carry, and a touchdown. And Lyle, 5 runs, 11 yards. Offensively with the receiving corps, Tony, Malachi Tony, their freshman receiver, 6 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown. C.J. Daniels, 5 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown. Oh, my Lord. He made a one-handed catch. Oh, fantastic play by C.J. Daniels. One-handed snagged it in. Unreal catch by C.J. Daniels. Already one of the catches of the year. Marion, 3 catches, 29 yards. Brown, 2 catches, 17 yards. Lofton, 1 catch, 15 yards more. 2 catches, 8 yards. And Fletcher Jr., 1 catch for 8 yards. And Carter Davis with the field goal to win it. Had both field goals there in the fourth quarter, including the one that won the game. 47-yarder with 1:04 left to play. But C.J. Carr will also learn from a couple of intentional groundings he had. And that was the FAU transfer, Carter Davis, with the field goal to win it. But yeah, I was really impressed with Miami. I was impressed with their defense, despite, Notre Dame scoring 24, but 17 of that was in the fourth quarter. But I was very impressed with Miami. I didn't think their defense would be that good this year, but it looked pretty good for the most part. I didn't think Carson Beck would be that good. He looked good tonight, so maybe I'll be wrong about Miami. And 2 intentional groundings there at the end. Miami's defensive front come up clutch when they needed to and blew them up. And Notre Dame just forgoed the run game in this, and felt like in the second half they didn't run the ball much. I'm really impressed with Miami. Like I said, might be wrong about them. That's week 1. We'll see. Notre Dame, we'll see if they can grow from this week 1. Run the football more with Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love. The defense needs to be better. But I'm impressed with Miami on both sides of the ball. Notre Dame also needs to clean up that clock management. Not great clock management, I thought, there at the end. But Akeem Mazador at back-to-back sacks to close out Notre Dame. Is Miami back? We'll see. But Miami was fast and physical and disciplined. They were the better team tonight. I just like a highly questioned scheme. Love and Price were underutilized. Greathouse and Pauling had 0 catches. Nothing from those two offensively either, Greathouse or Pauling. But the Miami defense goes as far as it takes them. So credit to them. Most physical, complete Miami team probably I've seen in a while. But yeah, this is a very good game. Back and forth there in the fourth quarter. It was a 21-7 after 3 quarters. Notre Dame's offense finally woke up to make an exciting end. But Miami gets the field goal to win it. But yeah, that's all to say. Pretty good week 1. All 3 games, top 10 matchups were close and come down to the wire. So yeah, week 1 technically ends tomorrow. I'll be here in North Carolina, TCU, the debut for Coach Belichick in North Carolina. See how they do. So yeah, that's all to say. So leave a like, subscribe for more. It's next Mac Light. Peace, and I'll be back later on tonight with a news video to cover all the sports. Peace. Have a good, and leave a like, comment, subscribe.